Yeah, we back.
Hey.
What we doing? Yeah, we raising kings. What she doing? Yeah, she raising the king. What they doing? Yeah, they raising kings. Raising kings. Raising kings. What she doing? What he doing? Yeah, they raising kings. What I'm doing? What I'm doing? Yeah, I'm raising the king. Lady love, what you doing? Yeah, she raising the king. We raising some kings. We raising some kings. Yeah. Raising Kings podcast.
And we back.
Yeah.
Like we never left. We ready.
We ready. The Kings podcast. This is your girl Sassy.
Let's go. Let's get it. Let's go. We here. Let's go. Yeah. Back like we never left.
Y'all. You are now tuned into the Raising Kings podcast.
Action
This is your girl Sassy.
This your girl, Lady Love.
Listen, man, we missed you these last two episodes, man. What you been going on?
Missed you more.
Hold on, I'm trying to figure out what the hell going on with our audio over here.
It's back and forth, huh?
No. It's just that I can hear it loudly, so I was just trying to turn it down.
We good?
Yes, but it's been so much going on. You missed like 2 episodes, but I know you had some family things that you were taking care of.
Yeah, man. My brother, celebrating his memorial. It's been, I think, 10 years now. It's something crazy. It's just crazy.
That's a long time.
It's just crazy. Yeah.
I know it's always tough, so I know you had to be with your family for those last 2 episodes,
Yeah.
Usually I don't like recording without you.
I know.
But, we've had so many crazy events that went on with George Floyd and, the riots and the protests and everything that's been going on. So we had to really put out some shows.
Right.
So, we just want to touch base with you, what you think, what's been going on. Hefe is missing the action today.
Right? He would.
Yes, he's missing the action today.
Little fucker. Yeah, I mean, it was just, for me, it was tragic to see something like that happen. And then there be, people standing by, as far as in other police officers not being man enough, point blank period, man enough to say something or to stand up to someone else, and tell them that they wrong. Right. And stop them from doing what it was that they did, which is crazy to me. For me, that's crazy.
And it's nuts because, we look at this dog. He always got to make his damn grand entrance, blocking my damn view. He about to fall. But yeah, it's just, we have sons. So to hear that man cry out for his mom and stuff like that is just terrible.
That's too much.
You have the cops now killing somebody else.
Yeah,
so it ain't gonna stop no time soon. They have a point to prove. So
yeah, this is just a grand lynching, and it's been grand lynching because it's what's being passed down from generation to generation to generation. What's so sad about it is that we actually thought we made it when they were accepting Black or African American applicants or Asian applicants or Mexican applicants. Like, you really thought that you made it. You really thought that you would be able to make a difference. Yet we're seeing from the outside in that from within, shit totally different. Once they get in, they're completely brainwashed. Is what I see. Completely brainwashed into thinking, oh, we're all one color, we're all one code, we fight for each other, we're down for each other. It's like a gang. Hashtag cult.
Yeah, no, I that's what I've been saying the last couple episodes. Them dudes is like the gang.
Yeah,
they Crips.
It's a gang, and it's like all for one, and it doesn't matter. It's like all for one, it does not matter. If I do something wrong, you're supposed to have my back no matter what. If I kill somebody, you're supposed to have my back no matter what. No.
Exactly.
No, that's not the way it goes. Like, that's not the way it goes. What happened to protect and serve? Like, that's all. We just want them to get back to the basics, if you will. Just get back to the basics.
But if you notice, all that protect and serve, the protect and serve stuff, sorry, I'm hearing audio on two sides, so it's kind of messing with me. Protect and serve is no longer on their police cars.
Wow.
It's a business.
Wow. That's shocking.
And we also have a guest today, so I don't want to keep him waiting in the waiting room.
Right.
So I'm gonna bring him in. He's a friend of mine, but he's heavy with the knowledge. He's been protesting for our rights and things like that. You know, it's a lot. So I'm gonna bring him in so he can explain what he's doing out here, actively protesting and, you know, creating. Yo, I'm sorry. The two audios messing up my head.
You can't listen. You gotta listen to only one.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Oh goodness.
No, but he's a good friend of mine. He's a very intelligent brother. He fights for a lot of causes. He actually goes out to the Capitol Hills and stuff like that and really try to make change. So I'm gonna bring him in so he can go ahead and introduce himself. And, you know, just, you know, let us know a couple things that he's doing, what we can do as far as creating change,
right,
and doing things for our people.
Exactly.
What's up, Ellie?
Yeah, I'm right here.
What's going on? What's going on? You live?
Hey, you live. You live and full effect. Welcome.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Good.
No,
welcome.
How you doing? Well, you know, I wanted to have you on my podcast. You know, we go way back like 4 flats on a Cadillac. But I know we always have these deep conversations amongst each other. I know you really be out here active. You be out here protesting. You be out there going to Washington trying to create change and stuff like that. So I just wanted, you know, you to be a part of the show today to speak on some things that you're doing and just educating the people. Because you know some things I don't know, or I probably know from what you tell me, but I can't explain it as good as you can.
Thank you. Yeah, gotta stay active. The protesting and the streets. I say, you know, the focus is on government reform, as far as us paying taxes and paying for our own oppression. So at that point in time, you know, kill the head, the rest of the body dies. So I was at the protest at Young Circle. They had a big one on George Floyd and Breonna Taylor as far as the police brutality. So I go to the crowd and I say to them, we're complaining about the police. Where did the police get their food? Then on top of that, who is the commander of the police? And so the commander in chief ultimately is the head. Well, there has to be a strategy. Well, voting. So then I heard somebody talk about voting. We can vote the commander out. But we tried that in 2016 and enforcement threw away the popular vote. So why? So I'm surprised that the ripping up everything didn't happen over throwing away the popular vote.
Right.
Because we saw in 2016 how Hillary kicked his ass up and down. Yeah. But she still lost.
Yeah.
So that was 120 million people. So are we about to do that again? And then the police just silence the people again? Or do we do it again and the police try to silence the vote and it's a revolt? Because at that point in time, you have the vote cast. That's the civilized. And so we're going to vote and be civilized and speak up. And then enforcement is going to be uncivilized. That's what happened in 2016. So naturally, what's going on right now would be a response to how we've been treated. The most malfeasance being throwing away the popular vote, like you said, kicked his butt. Well, then what was the point of it? So now we do it again and win by, it was 3 million last time, win by 9 million this time. What? And then throw it away again. Okay, this is what I want to ask y'all though. at that point in time, what's the point of the vote?
You know what? Those are questions. I'm trying to get it right because I don't want to say the wrong shit here. It's always a thought that I always had, and it's debates that I come across all the time, because it's like, all right, if we the people are voting, we are the popular vote, and we vote for a certain person, why does the electoral college have to come into play and say this is going to be the president? It should be everybody go out and vote on election day. They tally up all the votes. Whoever wins is who win. We shouldn't have to go through electoral college and wait till in December for them to go ahead and say, okay, this is, I swear this president is.
Yeah,
it's a confusing system, man. It's a very confusing system.
I think it's a one-sided system. It's a one-sided system. It's a one-sided system because it's like certain states, they only have like what, 2 electoral votes or something like that. You know what I mean? And you got other ones that got like 22 or something crazy like that. Right? So it's like,
exactly.
And then those are mostly the whites, like Oregon and stupid shit like that. Like places like that. It's like,
no, you're right. You're right.
White man is dominant. Hello, white collar, you know, white privilege is dominant. So how is it, and who made that possible? Is that in the Constitution, or are we fighting for reform of the Constitution? Because, you know, supposedly that's why the New World Order has taken place. That's why the New World Order, that's why Trump has signed over to the New World Order. We do understand that, right? We all don't want to let the page. They are in control right now. So, like, is that a part of their whole reform? Because they're supposedly going to rewrite this Constitution, supposedly.
That's what they're trying to do.
But let's not lose focus, because we all know that the New World Order wants less people in this society. They do believe that it's too many people in this society. Thus, the whole reasoning and the whole reckoning of humans, which is coronavirus, COVID-19, back open, everything in the world, coronavirus, poof, gone. You feel me? Restaurants, 50%, forget that. 100% capacity. We back open, we back booming. Okay.
That's what they want.
Just opened yesterday. The Office, one of the most popular clubs
the Office opened
Miami-Dade County. The Office just opened yesterday.
Wow.
Hello.
It's going to be a big problem.
And who is the majority of the COVID-19 people? Black African Americans, correct?
Of course.
Okay. So are we not listening? Are we not paying attention? Or are we not doing? Or are we?
So they opened up. They opened up all the states.
We doing
no
exactly what they want us to do.
No vaccine. Nothing.
Yeah, they want us there. We are doing exactly what they want us to do. In order for them to proceed, we need to die. Period. Let them eliminate themselves. They're like, let them eliminate themselves. And that's exactly what's happening. So vote.
At that point, you know, the focus on the solution with no cure in sight. That's what the tax money is for, is to fund the research that we need. At this point in time, when you look at everybody got the stimulus check. When you look at the stimulus check, when it says Donald J. Trump's signature on the bottom, that is a result of his position being enforced in the office. Okay, let me show my shirt real quick.
Yes, please. Yes. Ask a cop, what are faithless electors?
Exactly. And so then at that point in time, it is a demonic spirit. Now, democracy and the Constitution, it was written and it says the spirit of democracy. The faithless electors represent the monarchy. We know of monarchy because it is a European tradition. Democracy comes from the Iroquois natives. The natives taught Thomas Jefferson. You have House Bill Resolution 331 with the 100th Congress signed in 1988 to recognize the falsities in the textbooks that say Thomas Jefferson and Benjamin Franklin wrote that all they knew was a monarchy. That's what Trump and them, that's where they come from. They European. So all they know is just follow the chicken like that. So then the natives civilized them, right? The people and the people, the indigenous peoples. At this point in time, the faithless signature at the bottom of all these stimulus checks is a demonic spirit. I mean, it is the same thing as doing Christmas in the White House or doing Christmas in the winter with the Christmas tree, and the scripture strictly forbids it. In Jeremiah 10:3 and Luke 2:8, the Bible says, do not cut it, the tree, and adorn it with silver and gold. A lot of people don't believe it because that's exactly what everyone is doing. And so
that's what we've been doing. Yeah. This is news to me. I love it.
But see what I'm saying? I told you, you got the knowledge.
as faithlessly as we've been following the Bible is as faithlessly as we've been following the Oval. And so the enforcement on the Oval Office and the tax money, which is going to give the money to the research for the cure, because you're right, we're at 7.5 million cases worldwide. Why would we open back up? And it will only be because Capitol Hill doesn't want to deplete the treasury. At that point, remember, they came with $2 trillion at first.
Right.
Then a month later, all of a sudden it's $3 trillion now.
Right.
They don't the faithless people in Capitol Hill, they don't want to tell the truth.
Right.
They have remdesivir as a cure introduced by the Japanese, $4,400 a pill. That's what the tax money is for. And I'm gonna say this because I know it's so controversial, and I don't.
Hold on. Slow down. What Hefe would say? You gotta slow down.
Yeah,
I'm kind of slow. Hold on.
Well, that's what Obamacare was for.
Wait. We gotta explain to the people now,
right?
Because we can keep up, but there's people out here that can't keep up. Rewind that.
Okay.
Go back to you saying that they have a cure.
Right.
Okay. There's a cure that has been introduced by the Japanese called remdesivir from a company called Geely. Okay. The pill is $4,400 a pill. Trump announced it. He was sitting with the Japanese ambassador, and the Japanese ambassador held it up like this, showing everybody. Okay. That's what Obamacare was for. So the repeal on Obamacare, Quisha,
yes,
you hit it dead on. You hit it dead on. It is to completely get rid of the melanated peoples on the planet, because if the faithless enforcement has anything to do with it, we'll repeal Obamacare and all the niggas gonna die from COVID.
Correct.
But hold on, look, of their own tax money.
Correct.
Exactly.
And so that's what's
you're basically saying the pill is gonna cost $4,400 for you to buy one. If you get coronavirus, it's gonna cost you $4,400. When in fact that should be covered, because this is a pandemic. This is not something that we caused. So it's something that should be covered by the government.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't understand why everything opened back up though.
Yeah.
I'm puzzled as well. That's why my butt is still in the house. I only go outside
but y'all
for groceries.
missed it. Y'all missed it though. Y'all missed it.
What's that?
Y'all missed it. Broward, Dade County, and the Palm Beaches. Oh, we're in phase 1.
We're in phase 1, but the office is open?
We're in phase 1. We're still in phase 1, but upper North Florida counties, they're in phase 2. So they're fully able to open their massage parlors, anything with face-to-face contacts, you don't have to wear a mask. in upper North Florida.
Well, you know what? Listen, I went to Sarasota last weekend. No mask. They do not wear masks up there.
Yeah.
I went up there for a business trip and I have my mask on. As soon as I walk in there, they looking at me like I'm crazy.
Right.
They do not enforce wearing a mask.
Correct.
So they knew I was an out-of-towner.
Immediately.
So they knew you were out of towner because you had a mask.
Yes. That was like, oh, okay. you must be from Miami in them parts. That's what that's what he asked me. Yep. 100%. Meanwhile, everybody walking in and out, no mask, nothing. It's crazy.
Will the cure be covered with the tax or not? And will the mask, because I got kicked out of McDonald's, look, don't laugh at me, because I didn't have my mask. But will the mask, and then I started complaining because I said, well, shouldn't they be handing out masks downtown?
Right.
Right? Shouldn't we be able to go and pick up coke? This is when it got sick to me. This is how faithless it gets, right? And in Spanish, they say sin fe. This is how faithless it gets. Is, you know, Trump got tested for COVID. The Trump administration has been tested for COVID using the taxpayers' money. That was enforced. But before the children downtown to get tested, we're gonna test the other people, the grays on Capitol Hill, with the taxpayers' money. And so my complaint on everything is we're paying for this. And so it has to be a revolt. It has to be a non-payment, a refusal to keep paying for this.
Yeah. But question.
As we die off.
Go ahead.
As we die off.
As we die off from a disease with no cure other than a $4,400 pill introduced by the man that has been enforced over the tax money to get the pills. So all I see is the biggest pharmaceutical company in the world, Pfizer Pharmaceuticals, solely endorses Trump and the Republican Party. And so now I'm seeing the lobbyists come in, which would the lobbyists being, for the audience, how you say, the lobbyists being the people with the business interest on the pill. Not caring about it's so much to me that I'm saying, well, everybody will die from COVID. So you have such a monetary pathology. You're so addicted to money that what are you going to get in a spacecraft? That's what this
country is built off of. Blood and money.
What are they going to go in orbit? They have to be in the cloud too.
Well, and obviously they have some protection that we don't know about. Because you see Trump be out here without no mask. He ain't gonna give you the satisfaction of wearing it.
Right.
How could it doesn't, it's like it's confusing. How can the cure not be your business interest other than you already have it? But then again, you still have to partake in the regular. I mean, this would mean that these business people are just ready to isolate themselves from everyone and cause a drought on the pill, like selling dope. And then when it's a drought, we're gonna release the pill now.
But Ellie, we already know. Look, this country has people without jobs due to COVID-19, and did only offer them a measly $1,200.
Right.
We live in South Florida. We know $1,200 is barely rent.
Nothing, baby.
So for them to have people out and dry like this during the pandemic, you know they ain't paying for no goddamn pill for nobody. If you can't afford it, your ass gonna die.
Right. And then, back to my question. I agree with you. You're like, we need a revolt. You know, we need to do this. We need to possibly hold, on to whatever monetary funds that we have and put it or back it towards some type of research for, how to combat this whole situation. Because it's a huge situation and it has a lot of components. You understand me? Problem is, who can we put it behind? Who can we Who is our leader? Who can we put our funds towards? Like that won't be, you know what I mean? We won't feel like church. We won't feel like they just every 5 minutes asking for the offering plate to go around for us to put money in so that they could go around and have a big mansion and big rims on their cars and take care of their family, while us they black folks, they family, we family. You suppose we putting it behind you as a black man, black woman, black organization, black researchers. Who do we have to put our money on, to bid on, to stand up for us, to do all this research, to do? Who do we have as a leader to do that? Who we can back? You feel me? Without feeling backstabbed like we in church.
The people gonna have to revolt and take over.
But who gonna become our leader? We need a Malcolm X. We need a Martin Luther King. We need somebody that's gonna stand for people who want the same justice that we looking for.
Right. This is what I say to that. As far as the spirit of democracy, this is what a lot of people, and we're gonna get controversial again. If Trump would have won the popular, I'll shut up. If he would have, won,
that's a fact.
Okay,
I wouldn't have no complaints.
Fair is fair. And so at that point in time, you know, whoever wins the popular vote, you know, whether it's our Malcolm X or it's our Obama or whoever it be, if they win fair and square, then it's up to us now to redo the whole show. And
I'm over here eating sushi. I know I was looking so crazy on screen.
Continue.
Continue. I'm sorry to interrupt, Ellie. Go ahead.
I'm in. What's up?
That's really, as far as we redo the whole if Trump wins the popular, then revolt never comes out of my mouth. Why? Because the vote has been respected.
The people spoke.
This is the thought stream right here that's just locked in me like this. Okay, once we have a vote, and you have the results of the vote,
right?
And then you have another vote,
right?
So there's now electoral college has chosen a commander, and the people have chosen a commander.
Right.
We can't vote again because the vote has been cast.
Right.
So now the decision becomes, which vote are we going to enforce, and which vote are we going to have enforced? And so you can't vote to see what vote you're going to use, because it's two different voting processes. So which voting process are we going to use for the commander? Process 1, the popular, or process 2, the electoral college. But both of them are done. So at that point, all you can do is fight now for whichever one you want.
But
I mean, that's literally the scripture. There's a fighting scripture in the Bible that says, John 2:16, when enforcement gets out of hand like this, they're enforcing a monarchy, which is against the voice of the people. The whole point of the vote is so the people made their bed, now they have to lay in it. No one but the faithless electoral college made the Trump bed, but the cops are forcing everybody to lay in it. But we made the bed with Hillary. So what sense does it make? And so at that point in time, in 2020, what are we going to do? Are we going to keep letting the police waste millions of taxpayers' dollars? How much does it take to do the popular vote? So Offset just voted, right? Georgia has faithless electors. So why did Offset just vote? More importantly, why was the American people forced to pay for that?
Yeah.
So
we have these debates though. Like, do we have a say so in paying taxes?
Yes. Yeah. We have to fight back. We can't let them bully us and do the of mice and men mentality where we stay subject. Okay, so they freed the slaves, and Juneteenth is a celebration about the slaves that didn't want to leave the plantation. It's like an old circus elephant that's been beaten so bad, you take the chains off of the circus elephant, they won't even try to run away.
Right. Hold on.
Yeah.
I may sound ignorant.
There were
I may sound ignorant, but
there were slaves. There were slaves that did not want to leave their masters.
Okay, so
now that's like
that's
now.
the taxpayers,
in 2020, we got slaves that don't want to leave their masters either.
Which would be taxpayers that don't want to buck against the system. We are what's going on with the Breonna and Floyd protest is we are realizing that the cops can't just do whatever they want to do because they have guns. And so at that point in time, the same way the money was taken from us to pay for Offset to go vote is the same way that the money will be taken from us to pay for the enforcement to throw all those votes away. And so it's a sickness because don't forget the cops are voting and paying this money and throwing their own stuff away too. So it's like a pain freak, like trying to force you to do it too. And so the psychology is, but we're doing it. So you do it. We're doing it. So you do it. And then you got to look at them and say, but you're doing it just like you're doing Christmas. And that'll catch people like, well, what do you, and then you got to literally.
Well, don't just go there and don't explain now. Explain the Christmas thing.
I love it.
Go ahead.
Wait.
Okay.
I got something to add to that. I love it. Did y'all see that video, that clip of that, what they call it? It wasn't a police officer, but what they call it, the National Guard. And he was singing, he was saying, you know, Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter. He was in his army fatigue with his hat on and everything. Y'all seen it? Oh, y'all ain't seen it? I gotta show y'all a clip. And I feel like it's exactly what you're saying. He is for us. He's a black man. He's for us, but he is on the inside, and everybody around him is telling him, you got to do it. We're doing it. Are you with us? Or are you against us? If you're against us, you can turn in your badge and your gun and be done.
Exactly. And then look what the coward do. He go back with him. And so don't sit here in front like you with the people.
He never left
that's
them.
what, you know what, I had posted that. You right, because you know, it was a young cat that was at Young Circle and he took a picture with one of the police. And so I had to check him like, well, did that officer join us or just take a picture?
Right.
And
was
so
he willing to lose his job? Was he willing to lose his comfort? Was he willing to step out of his comfort zone for a bunch of Negroes he don't even know?
Listen, a lot of them, they're just going to take these pictures. They're going to take the knee. They're going to do all type of crazy stuff because they see that they're outnumbered. They're outnumbered.
No, listen. Did y'all see that they've been apologizing on separate accounts to their other to their other officers?
Yeah,
and
the New York City police chief or something like that. He went back and said he only kneeled just because, but he didn't. He didn't want to. He didn't mean it.
Yeah, because he ended up apologizing to his fellow officers and telling them, "I'm sorry. I really feel like kicking myself."
Ellie, we spoke about the Hollandale Police Department. How most of the SWAT team, they resigned because their chief kneeled.
Yeah, about 26 of them, I believe.
So the police just likes the enforcement and to be able to do whatever the hell they want to do. Because if you can't see why the people are out here in an uproar, it's really no need to explain any further.
Because they're completely disconnected from the city. They're completely disconnected from the people. They are uniforms. Their whole protection is to protect us from us. It's to really to protect them from us. Basically, that's what it really is. They protecting themselves from us.
Lady
like
Love,
we the enemy.
You sent me a video where this white guy whooped their ass.
Oh yeah.
And then jumped in their police car and drove off. And they did not kill that man.
No, they didn't. They did not kill him.
So they're only enforcing on certain communities.
Right. Right. Correct. And they
So
sending
hold on,
our
Ellie.
own, but they sending our own people to do it.
That's true. That's true.
They sending our own. Okay, you African American, you must know this neighborhood. You know your people. Go police your people.
And then that too, they're sending these rookies who's scared as hell.
Yeah.
That as soon as they see somebody burp, they're gonna shoot them.
Trigger happy, gun happy, frightened for their lives, afraid, been through every simulation, and a cop was getting killed in every simulation. So what do you do?
Yeah.
What do you do?
Shoot first, ask questions later. They're gonna get away with it.
We got your back.
It has to be in the scripture. That's what I follow. I don't know about everybody else, but it has to be within the scripture for me, as far as John 2:16 and mimicking what Jesus did in this exact situation with the Emperor Constantine and the corruption with the taxation on the government back then. Everybody has the Bible all wrong, as much as they have Christmas all wrong. Jesus was not some docile white man that was scared. You know, he smoked weed. He was black. You know what I mean? He had girls. I mean, he had, this is the thing. They trying to paint him like he named Richard Simmons or some crazy stuff. And he was, this is the saddest thing in the world.
So go ahead and explain that the Christmas thing, because people may think that we're anti-Bible or anti-biblical. But
my last post,
show them that they're reading the Bible wrong and they're not following the true meaning behind the Bible, because we're taught wrong. Go ahead.
That's it. Yeah, exactly. My last post was I just went around departments in the country saying, Broward County Sheriff's Office Christmas party, CIA Christmas party, Dade County. And so it's sick because if you don't know the scriptures, right, Jeremiah 10:3 and Luke 2:8. Now, both of them say, don't cut the trees, and Jesus was born in the spring. This is insane to me. All we see is a white man in the winter with trees. It is it's blasphemous. It is the exact opposite of what the scripture says. Okay, then at this point, we have that scripture as far as the White House, the Oval Office being a faithless satanic worship. And so would I sit there and say that Donald doesn't know these scriptures? No, I'm going to sit here and say that Donald knows these scriptures, but has a business interest on keeping Shanae from teaching her son the scriptures so that he grows up to deploy for Trump's oil overseas. And this is what's been happening. And so at this point in time, it is sad and it's embarrassing on the Americans, is that we have let the faithless elector rise again. You said what?
No, I said very much so. It's like
This
whole country, it makes everyone very embarrassed. When you look at how other countries operate, how they take care of their folks, it's just, I don't know.
You know, for us to have Obama slaughter the popular so hard and represent the voice of the people so hard, you would look at the cops and you would look at Siobhan before he killed Floyd. And you wouldn't see this faithless spirit in him until you understand that it was all a farce, that the enforcement has been honoring this electoral college vote, and we have been doing this popular vote facade the whole time. So I've never been a cop, and I'm probably never going to be a cop. But trying to understand the mind of one, I have to look and say, you know, just real simply. And then the cop looks at me and says, I don't know what they are. Shanae, I've been up and down the country. When I was talking to you when I was in North Carolina, these I have not found one officer that knows Christmas or the definition of the electors, but they're doing both.
They're doing both. And you know what? I'll go one further. With the whole fact of, Donald Trump, you said you'll give him the benefit of the doubt and you'll say he does know about Christmas and he does know, and he's still choosing to do the opposite. I'll go one further. The Bible not for white folk. He don't know shit. He don't know nothing. The Bible not for white folk.
We get Revelations 1:15? That's the scripture on the skin. Jeremiah, Luke, that's the scripture on Christmas. So at that point in time, somehow, and so the Electoral College, actually, when you look at the history of it, it originated at the same time the White House did the first Christmas. So in 1876, 1870, and it struck me real odd. I said, hold on. I said, so this got to be, so we really tapping in to that New World Order vine. Correct. That really wants to worship Satan in the oval and trick all the people.
Correct.
The Electoral College and the Christmas tree came at the same time, and John 2:16 and Jeremiah have been here the whole time. This has been about keeping the masses deaf, dumb, and blind to the mislead on the taxation and the government. So this is what Jesus did in the scripture with John 2:16. The corrupt councilmen are in the temple, and they're called money changers back then, which is our legislators of now. Jesus walks in the temple and starts flipping tables.
Yeah.
But I thought he was just a docile white man that was scared to fight, though.
No.
And so what Jesus literally teaches us is to go in the Oval Office and flip that man's desk. I'm just literally saying what it says in the scripture. It says John 2:16, the faithless money changers, which is what? The faithless electors. What do the electors do? They're over the taxation. What is taxation? Money changing. And but you know, what do I expect? It's the scripture. So, you know, and it's going to rain through.
Guess what? To add to that, you know, you can ask any hillbilly, any redneck, you can ask anybody that's about lynching, anybody that's not for, you know, black people empowerment, not for Black Matters lives, like all of those people, all those comfortable folks. You could ask every one of them about the Bible, and let me tell you something, they probably don't know not one thing about it, but guess what? They Christian. You better believe it. You better believe it. I'm a Christian. They's a Christian. They'll tell you they Christian, and let me tell you something, they don't know not one thing about the Bible. And then too, with the same lips, same teeth, same tongue, same voice, same tone. They'll tell you that they created the Bible, or somebody created the Bible. We created the Bible. So you niggas will stay in line.
Yeah. Because that's, you know, I mean, I read my scriptures, but you know how I feel. Because if they're not following the scriptures, what are they doing with it? Control.
But we need to do exactly what you say. I agree. We need to do exactly what you say and use those scriptures. Those are tools that we need. We need to be spreading those tools. We need to be spreading those tools, but you know it's hard because it's a lot of ignorant folk. And guess what? They ain't just black.
Yeah.
It's a lot of ignorant white people.
As far as the white people that have it so twisted, this is what I was able to surmise on how somehow the European brain just it'll see something and do the opposite. And so Revelations 1:15 has been leading the Hebrew Israelites and the Moors to talk about original man. We're going to leave that alone. We're not going to argue about whose bones were first. We're going to argue about who's superior under the sun, as the sun dictates what happens as far as growth and development on the earth. And so at this point in time, the bodies, the white body is an acid body, as far as a parasite on the earth, as far as soldiers on the field, and I don't need sunscreen. And we all know an extra gram on your one extra pound on your canteen pack gonna get you killed in the field. And so we're creating these inferior bodies, but somehow twisting the logic to where they have some sense of superiority with a evidenced under the sun as they look at their own skin blistered and burned up. You see your inferiority, but somehow translate that into your brain as superiority.
Because we know they're inferior, but somehow they've tricked us into believing that they aren't inferior than us.
Let me answer that.
Go ahead.
Let me answer that. So it's great that you say that, you know, you're gonna take the high road, right? You're gonna take the high road. You're not gonna go into whose bones was first, who was here first. But they do. They claim that everything comes from white, and from white comes everything. And we've been through this scenario as far as in Black Lives Matter, Black people. We know that two Black people can make a white baby, but two white people can't make no Black
I was just gonna say that.
Scientific fact.
So
I was gonna say that. How can they be superior than us when if their women sleep with a Black man or a Hispanic man, that baby is no longer Caucasian?
Listen. Let me continue.
The Black woman can lay with the Caucasian.
I just want to add
a Black woman can lay with the Caucasian, but guess what? That baby Black.
Listen.
A Black woman can lay with the Hispanic, but guess what? That baby Black.
Okay? And don't get me started, because it's like it's just too much. So I appreciate you, my brother, for taking a high road, but they choose not to. And Shanae, as you say, you know, Sassy, as you say, you know, they trick us. They basically mind fuck us or whatever, but it's not true, because I remember one thing real clear in math. Mind over matter. And I always knew it came from a white person. And even though they go against everything that this brother is telling us, as far as and they could step into the skin, get blisters, step into the sun, get blisters and all that, and nothing happens to our skin, maybe a little two change color or something like that, 2 shades darker or something like that, but we always come back to normal. You feel me? We will always come back.
Right.
But the whole idea behind the whole mind over matter is if they can tell you, if they can get your mind, if they can spread through the generations, not necessarily our generation, but if they can spread through their own generation, through their own children's, that we are superior, we are white, we are the supreme. Why do you think there's white angels or white God? You know, white is purity, Black is the devil, Black cats, you know, don't run it over, bad luck. You feel me? That's all insinuated with the color of Black. So the Black people, the Black person, the African American, those of the dark skin, must be thus people, corrupt, you know, bad. You know what I mean?
If when you look in the dictionary and read white versus Black, good versus evil, that's how they make it.
Mind over matter. Mind over matter.
No
if you seeing everything white is pure, I ain't gotta tell you nothing. You already know what it is. Because it's insinuated. It's shown to you. We put it on TV. We put it everywhere. White is clean. God, you got to be clean if you want to be next to God. Cleanliness is next to godliness. That's what my grandma always said.
Yeah. That's
white first Sunday. Everybody dressed in white, fucking million. Everybody dressed in black for the funeral.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Facts.
Y'all just
To
forgive me. That's
define
that
those
Don
colors.
Julio, baby.
What you know about Don Julio?
Yeah.
That's my shit.
Y'all just forgive me. That's that Don Julio.
And that's the good one too.
You feel me?
I'm I'm more on that tree though.
Yeah.
I'm more on that tree.
Ellie's
I
a weed
just left the
smoker. He's not a
dispensary
drinker.
with Big T.
He's the smoker. I'm the drinker.
Real is real. Facts is facts. You know what I mean? It's just it is what it is. You feel me?
I follow the scripture. The scripture says Genesis 9:3 and Genesis 1:29 to consume the fresh greens. So it says the scripture specifically says, I have given you all green plants to consume.
Yeah.
And so at that point in time, but as far as we have all these liquor stores, we don't have, we are just now starting to get the dispensaries, you know, and as far as the peace pipes and stuff like that go, it's all about us gaining our ground, and people always getting that word mixed up, especially the rebels, because I had a run in with the rebels, and I'm Union Son all day on the Confederates. Heritage is not culture. We're talking about culture right now. When they say it's not a heritage you hate, heritage comes from the word inheritance, and it's talking about property.
Correct.
Right? We're talking about our culture right now, and as far as the white man being a culture vulture. You know, so I wanted to make that clear too, because man, this dude stepped to me with a rebel flag talking about that's his heritage. I said, first of all, y'all ain't never originated nothing your whole life, dog. Down to my grandma being the one teaching yo mammy how to cook, boy.
Yeah. Facts.
And I just didn't understand. I didn't understand where they get this stuff.
One further.
Go ahead.
We taught them how to bathe their ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The right way. They wasn't using soap. They wasn't doing none of that. They wasn't cleaning their body. They was out here smelling like the baboons. The same apes that they said we look like. The same ones. The same ones.
Damn, you can't.
When it shows, even with slavery, when you see how the black women raise their children, you know, they have no identity. They have no culture. They have no history. They stole their racist pillage on everything.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you right now. Let me tell you right now.
Hold on one second.
Go ahead.
Quisha, y'all understand? Sassy, I was about to say Sassy. Shanae,
hey, you done said it already.
Shanae,
too late.
Quisha, y'all become the Raising Kings. Y'all become the Queen Candace and Queen Nzingi of today. You know, on how, that's why this show, man, y'all get the most respect. I'm so proud of y'all. This is the biggest thing that you could do for me when I was 8, 9 years old. This is the biggest thing y'all could do for me right now. You know what I mean? And it's a shame, you know, to mislead on the flock though. But that's just what I wanted to say. That's all.
That's what it is, you know.
But y'all are that today.
That's why we continue to push our message, because we know what's right.
You know who Queen Candace? Y'all know Queen Candace and Queen Nzinga?
Well, break it down then.
Okay, Queen Candace. See, they don't want to tell these stories. This is from the book Destruction of Black Civilization. It's a big old, we got a big old book, about 2,000 pages of our stolen history written by Chancellor James. And so he gives this amazing account. And I had no idea this ever happened. They try to say Alexander the Great was never beat. He was beat one time. He was beat one time. And it was by Queen Candace, a black woman.
Facts. You better tell
now, what if that was taught instead of Alexander the Great? Alexander the Great.
It will give our people too much confidence. They're not.
But I look at y'all and I say, because I don't understand it. I'm looking at y'all right now. I look at y'all right now. I say, okay, that's what beat Alexander the Great.
Yeah.
So why the F would I want to reproduce some opposite body under the sun? I mean, how was she even on the field? I mean, it's just a sickness, because what it really was is that they couldn't even fight on the fields. They've never won any wars. It's always been slaughtering villages while they're asleep. Look what they knocked down the statue of Christopher Columbus in Minneapolis.
Right.
Why did they do that? It's a statue of him up there.
If you go back with the Pilgrims, they attacked them when they made them comfortable. They couldn't square up with them. You couldn't say, "Hey, put your set up. Let's roll." You had to get them when they was vulnerable. That's it.
Right.
So they do have a good mind because they can manipulate people, and their tactics are very shady, but it works for years.
Well,
we just gotta learn how to fight back with our mind as well.
Well, here's the thing. Then we're going to get into a whole other slew. We're going to be going for hours because now you say their mind is great, but they only one real great mind that really, really, really is the whole problem of this whole thing. You know, the whole real influence. And I really hate saying his name when I tell you, I don't like even saying the word hate because I'm Lady Love. Like, you know, I love everybody. Like, you know, that's my whole MO. Like, I love, like, I fight. I fight with love. You feel me? Like, I fight with love. So, you know, my love for you will conquer it all. But that name, that Willie Lynch.
Yeah, the Willie Lynch letter. It's still affecting the people to this day. And I don't know if it was a factual thing.
It's been in place for generations upon generations upon it. It super exceeded anything that he ever thought because he thought that it would take place for at least one generation. At least one.
And it's still on.
And it's been on and on and on and on and on for so many years that it's just absurd. It's just so crazy. So yeah, they got a great mind, but they got a great mind to undermine any other race and make it so that they are the superior. We can never lose sight of that. We can never.
Their superiority is based off a folktale.
Yeah,
there's nothing real about it, but they told a story and led people to believe it.
It's like it's nothing real. It's nothing real at all about it. But the thing is, they put it in place. So I feel like if I had the opportunity to hold a whole society or a whole, you know, heritage, a whole
like about Marley
for 310 years or 410 years or however long it was. To hold somebody that long and to work them, slave them, beat them, rape them, and let them work, you know, and just reap the benefits, you know, and then say, oh, okay, now you're free because I feel like now I got all the bank that I need. And it's still, remember, they are of a greedy people.
Right.
So it's still not enough because it was still, as we know, people that was still fighting to keep slavery in bound. And right here in 2020, it's still people that said that they want to bring slavery back.
It's still slavery. They're just doing it in a different form.
If they could. Okay, it's still a lot of people that feel that way.
You know,
so if I had that opportunity to do that, y'all would be ahead. Y'all would feel superior. Y'all would feel like, bitch, I don't owe you shit.
You know, to make America great again, it's make America segregated again. It's massive.
Right. Because that's the only time I think they could be talking about making America great for their kind.
Who else would close down a park and hold up the Bible just like Adolf Hitler? Same finger.
Exactly.
Like same pose. Not to say nothing.
Yeah. Yep.
Who else would do that? What else?
That dude is a dingbat, yo.
Would you be sending? You ain't got the Confederate flag, but nigga, do you need one?
That's a dingbat, yo. What they did? They told you to go?
Yeah. Huh?
I said, when they told you to
I'm
go.
like, do you really need one?
He just talking about he got to get in there.
Oh.
Sorry, neighbor.
Listen, man, it's a whole lot we could go into with that, man. It's time for us to revolt. It ain't gonna be no changes, and we can't let up now. We gotta continue.
But do we
to
do
press
that by
on.
holding the black vote? Because that's what P. Diddy said. That's what P. Diddy said. And that's what Ice Cube said.
Mm-hmm.
So what do? Do we hold a black vote? Black vote?
No. John 2:16. Point blank period. We have to stop being docile. It's time to fight. You know, don't be scared to get locked up. Don't be scared to get shot. Why? Because they're not scared to lock people up and shoot people over the shit that they want. So, excuse my language. So if we want the voice of the people to be in the Oval, then what's the counter to that? Okay, so what's being used to put the voice in the Oval right now? Okay, enforcement. And so then, just like Trump has people enforcing his vote, there has to be people ready to die to enforce Hillary's vote for her. And so the saddest thing in the world is, look at how niggas ready to die for Trump. Well, who's ready to die for Hillary's vote? We have a whole bunch of people ready to die for Trump's vote. Who's ready to die for Hillary's vote? That's what this is about.
No other option.
I mean, at
that point in time, there are 2 votes, and so that creates 2 commanders, and then of course a commander has an army. Okay, Hillary won by 3 million. Trump won the electoral college by 100 people. Okay, and so the people that support Hillary and her results stand up. The people that support Trump and his results have stood on us the last 3 years. And so it's time for us to stand back. Why? Because our spirit of democracy is stronger than theirs. The air behind us, as far as when the battlefield hit, we wish it was more than this. We wish it was more than niggas that go like this. Niggas that get the grass. Which way did the grass fall? That's the way we gonna kill today.
Right.
And so now we have Trump versus Hillary, but we have 3 million people versus 538. She won by 3 million. We don't even need the entire popular voting body, which is 120 people. Just we can take her win margin versus everyone who voted, even the ones in the electoral college that voted for her. Give them to him. He has 538 people versus 3 million.
Okay. So what you guys think about this coon that's in office right now? That's
exactly my point. Candidate. Exactly my point.
Because I don't like him at all. Joe Biden.
Hold on.
Joe Biden.
Hold on.
You said who?
Joe
this
Biden.
Clown Joe Biden.
Hold on.
What do you guys feel about Joe Biden?
Hold on. Hold on. We got Joe Biden. He won. What it was on Popular Tuesday or whatever it is, whatever the hell it was.
Super
but
Tuesday.
Anyway,
yeah, Super Tuesday.
He won on that Tuesday or whatever. He got all of the votes that he needed and knocked everybody else out the race. Now it's him versus Trump. Then he goes on the most popular black listened radio talk show
and
says, if you ain't black, then you don't know what's going on. You ain't gonna vote for me or something like that. What he said, Sinead?
He said, if you have a, no, I'm sorry. He said, if you have a problem with knowing the difference between me and Trump, you ain't black.
Okay. 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 Know what? Okay. So now
the white man said it.
We got a situation. Okay. This is the new situation on top of all of the other known situations that we have, racism, segregation, fucking Donald Trump. Excuse my French. Okay, we got a new situation.
Don't be excusing your French. You know we curse on this damn show.
All the damn time. All the damn time. So, okay, so now we got a new situation in. All right, he said if you don't vote for him, you obviously not black. So now, is that not the same thing as segregation? You segregating the people. Like, you doing the most right now. Like, you doing that.
Yo,
and we want to be
white men. All white men always think they can tell black people what to do.
Okay, we want to be for you because you seem like you for us, right? But now you separating people. You separating them because if they ain't black, they must be not gonna vote for you or something like that. You feel me? And it's just like, okay, yes, the black vote matters. Yes, it does. But it's a lot of other people that's out there that want to fight with us, that want to help us, that's gonna help us get to what we want, our common goal, what we trying to get to. Our whole resolution, equality. You feel me? We just trying to be equal out here in these streets.
Listen, I don't like now one of these candidates.
Yeah, it's
So
gonna be the lesser of two evils.
You say Hillary, right? You say Hillary, but a lot of people like she ain't running. So to our viewers that's watching,
question, no. I'm not saying I endorse her. I'm just saying she won the popular fair and square.
She did win.
She has to be honored, right? I said, if Trump had won the popular fair and square, we have to honor that. That man doesn't deserve any honor. He doesn't represent the people. He represents the faithless electors. At that point, if you want to silence the voice of the people and choose the faithless electors, okay, well then we have to fight now. We can't vote again.
Right.
It has to be a fight.
That's the next thing that we have to fight for.
Do we fight? Wait, do we fight by voting for Joe Biden?
Well,
no.
Joe Biden wins the popular by 3 million, just like Hillary. So what?
Exactly.
The cops are going to throw it out.
Trump.
So what? The cops are going to throw it out.
So then it is only just one solution. Just like you said, it's either you go by the popular or by the electoral. So then, fuck it already. Let's just jump straight to it. Fuck the popular vote because we already said that it don't mean shit. So let's go straight to the electoral.
This is a big show. This is a big show right now. You said what?
Wait a minute.
That electoral college, they're gonna say it ain't your place, boy. It ain't your place, girl. Go that way.
Who's gonna say this? That's a cop gonna say that to me. So my brother is a sergeant. My brother's a sergeant. He looks at me. I say, "Did you know about this?" Right? And he says, "No." He quits, and now he's working his work study, and he joined the school now. So he dropped out. But this is a 15-year career, right? And you know, because it's gonna be shootouts. It's gonna be they shooting polices in DC and this. So I'm looking at him and I'm saying, do you really want to be against me on this? This man a sergeant. He started under original faithfulness, right? But I was on lock with this false imprisonment for a gun that I didn't have, and with under the Confederate statue in North Carolina. When I crawl from under that now, I come and I give him the truth. When I give him the truth, this man sets down his badge that he's been wearing 15 years. And so it's Hosea 4:7 and Hosea 4:6. My people perish from a lack of knowledge.
Hey, so, that's my scripture.
As much as I wanted to just jump on him, unfortunately, we got to go to the cop and say, you know, did you know this? Okay. And now that you know better, what are you going to do?
What are you going to do? Exactly.
What do you do better?
We're about to see a resignation. Yeah, Puerto Rico got the resignation of their corrupt legislator, but see how I said corrupt. He wasn't faithless. He was chosen by the people. Now we need the resignation of our faithless legislator who wasn't even chosen by the people. What electoral college enforcement does is it filters the docility on the American population, and it is evidencing how much the taxpayers will take with their own money. How much of your own oppression will you pay for? So, you know, we getting locked up over this, Shanae. We down in Dania Beach getting locked up. You know, I hate to say it, you know, I ain't got no warrants right now. I'm out on bail on it right now. Where I can sit here and hold up that, go in the room and hold the affidavits, right? We not playing with this. We telling the enforcement they will get killed if they continue to throw away the voice of the people.
But we cannot go in with any less energy. They have to be afraid. Just as all these laws that they implemented to make us afraid, we got to tell their ass, if y'all continue on that route, y'all gonna die. So that's the only way it's gonna change.
So listen.
When my brother, it brought me to tears, and it gave me chills when he told me that he put it down. I could not. The man's been active over a decade. But it's just, you know, forgive them for they know not what they do. You cut the tree and you adorned because you did the activity without reading the instructions. That's all. So here's the instructions though. And so be ready. So this is the only thing I'm scared of.
Okay.
Those country ass crackers that can enjoy their rings like Tom Brady. How can Tom Brady enjoy his rings?
Well,
his suspension was upheld.
Hold on now. Because I'm so happy. I'm so happy you said that. I'm so happy. I'm so happy you said that. I'm just like ecstatic. Because I like to play a little game called Devil's Advocate.
Okay.
Now, what do you say about those, I don't know, Mexicans off up in Chicago or New York City or Los Angeles?
Hold on, that's my people now.
Hold on now, baby. Hold on now. That's like, if you niggas come over here looting, we gonna kill you. If your mama gotta come over to work over here, we gonna kill you. If y'all doing this, that, and the third, we gonna kill you. Now, let me get this straight now. Because they obviously don't resonate with the black folk. They obviously don't understand that if you Puerto Rican or what it is, Dominican, you black too. So
yeah, exactly.
So now here we go with these Dominicans and Puerto Ricans thinking that they privileged. So now they want to fight against us. So now you got these colored folk, because they colored, fighting against colored folk. Because we darker than them.
Well, look at Zimmerman. You know Zimmerman, his mama look like you. Yeah, she Peruvian. A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people think that Zimmerman a white boy. Zimmerman is not white. Zimmerman has melanin. And so, and waving the rebel flag. But that's what I was saying. That's the main thing that I'm saying I'm scared of. Because, you know, a lot of the Latinos, you right, be putting white on their ID and stuff like this. And so, and it definitely messes up the census. Because
but guess what? They cannot move in a predominantly white neighborhood and be treated.
That's when they find out that
they're white. Or be treated as if they privileged.
That's you, and you 100% for, I know for, and Shanae know, I know for a fact, Zimmerman cannot sit with AB on the yard.
At all.
The Aryan Brotherhood will not let him sit. You cannot sit with AB on birth records.
At all.
That's how much out here everything is about misleading the people, keeping people tricked. And so it's them crackers, man, that will just lie to do it. You know, the lynch, we don't have the Tuskegee lynch, the atomic bomb didn't come from the Nazis. I hope everybody realizes that. Harry Truman was born and raised in Missouri. He's under the rebel flag. He's the one that ordered the atomic bomb. Hitler did not, or Hitler was against it.
Oh, you know
the
what?
Nazis
Though?
were against the atomic
He's the bad
bomb.
guy.
It's the
He's the bad
rebels,
guy.
man.
So it's gonna go on him.
And then the lynching. I'm terrified because how can you beat that?
Yeah.
How can you? What we got to take turns sleeping now in order to get? Because Trump daddy raised him in the Klan. Trump daddy got arrested protesting with the KKK.
Yeah,
that's historical fact. It says in his affidavit that Frederick Trump, Donald Trump's dad, was a Baroque
Big Fred.
Klan marcher. And so now we have a man that was raised up in the Klan robes. But look at how they play. Look out okay. I'm gonna tell you a little jail story, you know what I mean? Because I hate talking about this shit. Okay, so I'm in the damn jail. This nigga come through the Sally Port. The Sally Port is the that threshold in the middle. Dang, I don't know how to say it to y'all, man. It's
freedom and engagement.
Damn, that's exactly what it is.
Damn.
I'm talking about the Sally Port is a water your ass. So look, so he in the Sally Port thinking that he not gonna have to come in the block. This nigga throwing everything he can think of. Oh my God, KKK and all this shit and da. They popped the Sally Port. I'm on this nigga like a pit bull before he even set his shit down. What do you think this is? Do you think that the police now are going to save you? And so now what we have to understand is out here on the streets, we're not in London.
Right.
These police are cowards. There was 3 people on Floyd's body as he died.
Yeah.
There were 3 faithless guards that Jesus would charge up on his body as he died. And so at that point in time,
how perfect did you just put that? How perfect did you just put that? That was.
Let me say this, Quisha, no one's talking about how everybody stood there for 10 minutes and watched him, and no one had the heart to go up and even push the arm. But that man, damn.
Listen, I'm not gonna say they didn't try. I just think that they weren't tough enough to handle that situation.
But you know what?
No one tried.
Listen, it was 4 cops. I'm sure it probably was like 10, 20 people gathered around watching that shit. If they all bum rushed them, they would have got off his neck.
But let me tell you,
I always say I couldn't stand there. They would have to taser me. They would have to shoot me. There's no way I was gonna sit there and watch them do that to that man and at least get a piece of skin under my nail from one of them officers.
Let me tell you,
straight up.
If that wasn't the Passion of Christ, bruh, let me tell you, because that was the Passion of Christ right there. I don't care what nobody said. Like, to see that man down there like that, and then all of the people, like, just like, trying to tell them to stop what you're doing.
Yeah, but in that situation, you had to do more, though.
You beating him, and he got a heavy cross. He bearing the cross. He got a heavy cross on him. He bleeding to death. Look at the thorns, that crown of thorns. And you still beating him while he walking up the hill. And everybody's standing around. People crying. People saying stop. And then people still throwing shit at him.
It's crazy, man. That's why we gotta keep on revolting, keep on creating this change. It's going and unfortunately, and sorry to say it, and it's sad to say it, there's gonna be a lot more killed by police because they're trying to prove a point right now.
Okay. So now, how about we change the narrative? How do we get these puss ass crackers on our side?
We're not gonna get all of them on their side. All we gotta do is continue to be aggressive and continue burning stuff down, and it's gonna make them scared.
Okay.
They may not join you, but they're gonna tuck their tail.
Okay. That's one option. How else? We need to find another way where we can either get them on our side, or we gonna continuously be fighting with them or against them. And we paying for their jobs. So what else is it that we can do? Really, like seriously, like what can we do to get together and really physically like penetrate this system?
We want to say there's something like a vote that we could do. And so the brain, as a survival mechanism, will look for every route, looking like neural routes, and we're thinking for different solutions. And it's coming to the acceptance that there is nothing left to do but fight.
Mm-hmm.
And so how does it feel?
Tear shit up. That's it.
How does it feel doing this show out on bail right now? It feels like I'm just doing what I'm supposed to do as a black man that's leading the young lions and telling them that if the police are going to stay enforcing the faithless voting process and not the popular voting process, but continue to force us to pay for the popular voting process and then throw it away, that's robbery. If I come to you right now, say, give me your money, I'm gonna get this, and you say, no, that money is for this, and I take it and then get it and throw it away. At that point in time, it wouldn't matter if it was $2. You're gonna want to fight. You're gonna be mad.
Yeah.
And so this is about us. This is about us. You know, if we're not going to the protest, if we're not ready to get locked up and spread this awareness, I snatched the mic.
Even come out.
I snatched the mic from you. That's what I'm saying. Then just you follow the stay-at-home order. Because if you staying at home, then what are you saying? That you don't want the change and that you don't care about it. Okay, this is how much you water them niggas that's saying that. Okay, that's $4,400 a pill on taxpayer money.
Right.
Now say you don't care about. Now say you don't care that the police just took your $4,400 and threw it away on the popular vote that you need with COVID right now. Now you know you ain't got a choice other than what? You that nigga in the block that gets smacked.
Right.
And to pay that rent every week.
Okay.
Just like tax.
Right.
And so Trump now become a nigga daddy. As you pay that shit to him, and you don't get shit. And the police become what? That nigga goons.
Right.
And so it's sad as hell.
He's already said that he is with the law. He's for the law. So he said that.
Of course.
He said that. He's the president of the law. He said that. He said that. But let's continue playing my game now. Hold on now. Hold on.
Ellie, you good? You good on time?
Yeah.
You good on time?
Yeah. My phone got some juice left in it.
Okay, good. I won't be long. I'm gonna stop playing with you in a minute. Okay. So now let's take this precious example, because I do value it as precious, because that story that you let us along with our viewers know about your brother after being a part of the police, department for over a decade, 15 years. Okay. Upon you getting released and coming out and enlightening him, letting him know what it is, shedding the light upon him about what's really going on and what it really is, he laid down his badge. And let me tell you something, because I don't like to say I'm Christian because I'm a fucking heathen. I'm not gonna lie. I like to drink, I like to smoke, I like to cuss, I like to go wild, I like to vibe. You feel me?
Yeah.
But it says, I don't know the scripture, but like I said, I was raised by a Christian.
Know. We always got something to drink on the table.
I'm trying to tell you, I was raised by a Christian, and my grandma would have us. If you look at any of our beginning podcasts, I tell you, my grandma had us in church Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I'm trying to tell you, that's how my grandma had us in church. You feel me? And I know that all you need is a faith of a mustard seed. You feel me? And I just honestly feel that that's what you gave your brother. You gave your brother a faith of a mustard seed. Small. You gave him knowledge. Like you said, Hosea, my children are being destroyed for my lack of knowledge. That's my scripture. I knew it, and that's that's the realest scripture in the Bible. You feel me? For me, that's the realest scripture in the Bible. But just like how you was able to enlighten him, I feel like we'll be able to enlighten others.
Yeah,
and I feel like they too will lay down their badge. And I feel like they
some people don't know.
Turn around their lives. And I feel like they too will fight for the cause. And I feel like we can't give up on them just yet. You feel me? And I feel like I'm preaching right now. I don't want to preach.
No, however, but this is important.
I just feel like we can't, with you giving me that one little faith, that one little hope that your brother, you told me your brother laid down his dash because he's a part of the enlightenment. And now you enlighten him. You show him a brother of the badge. You show him what's real. You show him what it is. I feel like we can't stop until we let them. God said that it's our own voice. We make our own choice. He gave us the gift of our own choice. We able to make our own choice, lead our own lives, walk our own path. He gave that to us. So I don't feel like we can revolt just yet. I'm not saying I'm putting it off the table. I would never say that because I'm a fighter at heart. Let me tell you that. I will fight first, ask questions later, ask anybody. Especially if you come across me wrong. Okay? But, however, I do feel like we still need to continue your shirt. I want us to be able, Sassy, what I want to do, to be honest with you, I want us to be able to bless this brother. I want us to be able to make more shirts like you. I want.
Oh, yeah, we talked about that earlier. Me and him spoke about it earlier.
For us in that whole situation, before we even get there to the whole revolt, for what I do, for what I want us to do is to be able to create more shirts like yours. The one that the very same one that you wearing right now. And I want us to be able to go to the police departments and hand them out. Here you go, this for free. This knowledge here, this enlightenment here, this knowledge that we giving you, bro, this for free.
Yeah.
This for free.
Exactly.
It don't cost you nothing. It don't cost you nothing. All we want you to do is listen to what we saying. That's all we want. You can call it a protest, you can call it peaceful, you can call it a movement, you can call it whatever you want. All we want you to do is become enlightened. We just want you to listen. Have an ear. He who hath an ear, let him hear.
Yep.
Facts.
You know what I mean? And then they too might be enlightened, and then they too might turn in a badge, and then they too might fight for the cause. We greater in numbers. You feel me? And we greater in numbers. And I just feel like being that we already know that we destroy for our lack of knowledge, it just would be absurd for us to just revolt without letting everybody know. It says that God will not return until everybody on the earth knows or hears his word. Everybody on the earth has not heard or heard his word.
Preach it, Lady Love.
Enforce that first. Enforce that first. We need to give them the opportunity, the chance, and the hope of a mustard seed first. We need to lead by love. We need to lead by knowledge first. And then let's get it. Because now you know
that's
better.
the difference.
Now you know
that's
better.
What happened
now
to
you know better. You feel me? Now
that's
you know
what happened
better.
to Breonna Taylor.
To be a bitch.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna whoop your ass like a real mama.
That's what I'm with you. Knock first. You know what I mean? Give them a chance. Don't just kick in the door on niggas.
Right.
That's what happened to Breonna Taylor. As far as that was the biggest thing about Hollandale SWAT is why would we teach people to and then the door land on a baby, kill the baby, stuff like this? Why are we teaching people to not check or not knock or not, like how you said, accost the situation from a standpoint of being sure before you attack?
Let me tell you something. I hate to cut you off, but there was a movie made like that. It was one of my favorite movies. I can't think about what the hell the name of the movie was, but I remember in that movie, the main part was, what did the man say? The man was like, "You can't handle the truth." That movie right there.
Oh yeah.
Listen, if y'all listen to all my followers.
Damn, I'm trying to think of the name.
Y'all gotta watch that movie because it's a similar scenario. And what happens is these are little cadets. They're only being told to come in because the person that's inside has, I don't know, did something wrong, violated the code. Right? So they're told to come in, strap him down or something or whatever.
A few good men.
Things get out of hand and then he get killed. So now they on trial. You understand me? And the whole thing that the white man is saying is you can't handle the truth. Because the truth of the matter is we sunk them in there blind. We sunk our soldiers in there blind. So can I blame the Hollandale police? No, because I really feel like they were sunk in there blind because they didn't know. They probably didn't fucking know shit. They just was told that the person that was in that house was what? Fleeing from the law or whatever the fuck they coming up with. It's so many different scenarios that I'm seeing on the internet. I don't even know what's the truth right now, to be honest with you. So I don't know what they were told before they got into that house. They was in regular clothing, if I'm not mistaken.
They were.
You know, just like in regular clothes. So beating on the door, so the man don't know who the fuck they is. You understand me? And they come in the house charging off some orders that was given to them by somebody else, by their manager, by their executive, by their lead officer, by the leader of the police or whoever the fuck it was that gave the damn orders. You feel me? And it's just like it's unfortunate because if you on a job to do a job, what are you gonna do? You gonna do your job.
Right.
You're gonna do your job. Is it your job to ask questions? Maybe sometimes, maybe not though. Because your job is to follow orders. Your job is to follow orders.
Well, that's right. We gotta go try to see if we can reach out to some of them. See if they're willing to make that change.
Yes. Is it wrong? Yes. But in the heat of the moment, like they love to say, in the heat of the moment, I understand that because I work in a fast-paced environment. I'm not gonna lie. I work in a fast-paced environment, and when somebody comes at me in a certain type of way, and they might have 100% right, I feel bad afterwards because I be done cussed their ass out in my head. But I probably been treated them wrong too. But they had the whole right. You know, they had the whole right the whole time, and I just didn't know because it wasn't the way that we do things in my department. So if somebody else helped you beforehand, before you got over here, and you're not explaining yourself when you get over here, it's kind of hard for me to just think outside the box and be like,
but you see the difference between you're not killing people.
I ain't killing
they have the authority to kill people. So they can't be making mistakes like that.
But
because see, Breonna Taylor not coming back to life.
Right. I won't say that it's them per se. I feel like it's the people above them, which is why I agree with him. I agree with him. We need to go higher. It's not just Hollandale. It's not just what it is, the Missouri or whatever police who had killed Floyd. It's not just them.
Oh, Minneapolis.
It's higher. It's higher.
And this was Kansas City, right? Louisville that killed Breonna Taylor.
It's higher than them. It's higher than them. So just like he said when he started the whole podcast, chop off the head, you kill the body. I agree.
Facts.
And I've been listening ever since, my brother, and I love you and I appreciate you for coming and sharing your knowledge. I learned so much. I learned so much.
And this dude is a dictionary, an encyclopedia, a history book.
I just love it. I love it. I feel so enlightened. I ain't even ready to go to sleep. I'm ready to go throw down right now. Like, what's happening? Like, what's up? Like, I'm ready to go. Like, you feel me? Start a rap right now. What time it is?
They you know, they downtown, they in Miami, they got the whole city hall surrounded.
I love it. I love
it. It has to be focused on what are the demands? And so you said, the demands would be we want to use the popular vote. stop throwing out the popular vote for the other one. We have
For the
2
electoral
votes,
vote.
and that's our choice. We want the resignation of the commander chosen by the other one, and we want the ascension of the commander chosen by our vote. And at that point in time, it fixes who becomes literally the highest level kill order over Siobhan's prosecution. Siobhan being the officer that killed Floyd. That
Right.
was the white boy on his neck.
Right. With his hands in his pocket.
You know, I don't think that people understand Trump's position. He's over the executions. He decides whether Siobhan lives or dies. The commander-in-chief position decides whether Siobhan.
A baby KKK.
Exactly. And so it's that lack of knowledge, people not knowing better, but it's sick as fuck, nigga.
Yeah.
How many people will do shit and they're not knowing it? Why are you doing it?
Right.
And it's the same thing as no knocking. You know what I mean? I done did that shit, dog.
Yeah.
I done did where you had to knock and you gonna get shot. It's because motherfuckers are cowards and they're scared, and it's the police putting themselves first before the baby.
Yeah. Fact.
You know how many Breonna Taylors was babies?
Yeah.
So
Too
in
many.
Georgia, Nikki Autry's team threw a flashbang through the door, and the baby's maimed for life. Look like the Elephant Man now.
Too many. Too many.
And we gonna keep paying for this? Yo, sick as fuck. Sick as fuck.
So
You know,
what do we need to do? What should we do? What
The
should
jail
we do?
sat. The jail sat. It's time to, I know for a fact I was in there. The jail is sat. The alt-right is bitch in the jail. They can't even eat. Give me your tray.
Right. That's a
Period.
fact.
And so out here, it's the same demonstration. And so, you know, I see the little niggas at Young Circle. I said, so are you ready for the militancy? Are you ready for the lockups and the scars, man? And so, unfortunately, not enough are. You know, I thank y'all for letting me come on this show and raise up this army, this popular army.
Thank you for coming
versus this faithless army. And that's exactly what it is. It's the people that want the popular vote versus the people that want the elector vote.
That's the
and
title,
so at that point in time,
popular versus elector.
That's it. And so if we had the popular, that would be Hillary over Siobhan's prosecution right now. So don't pay attention to the names.
Right.
Don't say Biden. Don't say Trump. Okay. It's not, 2020 is not about Biden or Trump. It's about popular and elector. It don't give a damn Biden. We go vote Biden when the popular. It's popular versus elector.
They need to hear that.
So this is the directive over the bodies. The 2020 election is not about Trump or Biden. It is about the popular vote supporters versus the faithless vote supporters.
Yeah.
That's it. Now, if Trump wins the popular, we have to shut up. If Biden wins the electoral college, we can't accept it. Fair is fair.
Yeah.
Get rid of the electoral college, only use the popular. At this point in time, Floyd protest, perfect timing.
Yeah, I think everything is blended, perfect timing. It's just a boil over of everything. So now that we have the platform to speak, we need to talk about everything that we want corrected.
Yeah.
Shanae, let me ask you a question. Realistically, do you see, because all these people are being told by the police themselves to leave the protest and go vote. So do you see all of these people now that are riled up and have been awakened going to vote? And then if the police throw it out, do you see them being docile like they did in 16?
Yeah. Because they don't understand. They don't understand.
We need to be a part of the enlightenment. There was a time.
You see how you just broke everything down? A lot of people don't understand that.
We need to be a part of the enlightening. We need to be that enlightening. We need to be that enlightening.
I'm gonna have you come on maybe like like once a month, so we could talk about this shit to encourage people on their voting.
We need to be a part of the enlightening, 100%. Because to be honest with you, even if this just me, enough of the games, no more devil advocate, okay? But even if Trump win a popular vote, I don't think we should stop. I think we should still need that motherfucker in. I'm just saying. I don't think we need to stop. I don't think that we need to let up. I don't think even though he's received that popular vote, because you got to think, just like I said, it's ignorant people in all cultures. You feel me? It's ignorant people in all cultures. You got a lot of folks that receive that $1,200 and they feel like, oh, Trump is God. Trump is representing right now. Trump is letting us know that he got our back.
Yeah.
Trump this, Trump that, Trump that. Let me get my freaking what's the name? I was watching 90 Day Fiance, which is one of my favorite shows until I just watched this one fucking episode of this African American king. And this white hillbilly fat ass. Anyway, white woman. Okay, go down there. She got him a freaking one of those little heads that go in the car that go up and down or whatever of Donald Trump. She got him the shirt. Donald Trump. She got him the hat. Make America Great Again. And and it's on her first day of meeting him in Africa, Kenya. You feel me? Where the fuck it was that they was at? They was in Africa. But anyway, she gave him this upon meeting him on her very first day. He put it all on, dressed all up, and he was like, I love this. I can't wait to go to America. I love Donald Trump. I'm all for Donald Trump. Are you fucking
that was a black dude?
Yeah, he's from Africa. He was African.
Yes, African American.
Yeah, that is that's lack of knowledge. That's I mean, Donald
he was
Trump
so desperate to come to the United States, he didn't realize.
Got a video with him.
You see what I'm saying? And this is national TV. 90 Day Fiance is viewed in all states. Like, it's everywhere. People are watching this show. We just had a Haitian queen. I'm not even gonna lie. She's big. She just got introduced to BET. I love her. She has a beautiful voice. She's from Miami. I can't think about her name. You know who it is. I can't think about her name, Sinead. But she's beautiful. She's beautiful. She's from Haiti. She's really petite, beautiful, very dark skinned girl, cute cheeks, all of that gorgeousness. She's promoting the show. And it's like every episode she talks about it. Every episode. So people are watching her. People are watching what she's watching. She's promoting this show. And it's just like, even if it's just one episode, it's one episode that was enough for me to say, I don't even like that show no more. I'm not watching that show no more.
Because look what they pushed.
I don't want to watch that show no more. To see a black man, a black king dressed all in, you know, in his heritage, just dressed just like to impress, and he could have any woman that he wanted to be trying to get and marry this sloth
because he's trying to come over here. That's all.
See, exactly, but dressed in the whole "Let's Make America Great Again" attire, like. For him to get dressed in that attire and to like raise the little flag and have the little Donald Trump little card thing in his hand and like waving it and just like, oh yes, let's make America great again, and I can't wait to get to America, and it's the greatest country, and yes, I love Donald Trump. For him to say that out his mouth, it's just too much for me. It's just too much for me. These people are seriously ill. They're seriously sick. And I honestly wanted to post this the other day, and it was on my spirit heavy last week. I'm not gonna lie. I literally wanted to post, God, you've been coming back for 33 years of my life. Can you just come on now? Can you just come on now? Can you just come back now?
It's not gonna go in mayhem. It's the things gotta still settle a little bit before he comes back.
I'm just over it. I'm just so over it. But if I gotta be here and God is not ready to come back, I choose to be a part of the enlightenment. I choose to be a part of the embedment of making people better, acknowledging people, you know what I mean? Like, you know, planting that seed, that mustard seed of faith in them, that knowledge that's so necessary for them, that even though if they don't fully understand or comprehend it, they could walk away with a little piece of knowledge that they might, you know, become a better person somehow, in some way, in a natural, ordinary daily life, become a human. You know, become humans, because at the end of the day, we're human beings. We're human beings. You understand? And it's just like, it's not race. Race has nothing to do with it. We're all human. We're of the human race.
We are, the human race just have to get on one accord, man. But this is something that we can talk about for hours and hours and hours. And we've been going on for a while too. I'm looking up at the time. So, Ellie, thank you so much for coming on to the show.
Thank y'all so much for having me.
Of course. You know, I appreciate your brain.
No
Pause.
It was awesome. Right? Pause.
But yes, I'm going to have to try to think on something how I could put you in on the show, even if it's for like 10-15 minutes, to go ahead and discuss, like, you know, how we could create change and what's going on out in the field, because you actually out there.
Right.
So,
right. And we need that. Like, we need that more than ever. We need people that are willing to be out there in the field. We need that so that we can preach, and, you know, and maybe perhaps one day we can be out there. Like, I'm dead ass serious about making these shirts, Sassy.
Oh no,
I'm dead ass serious.
We talked about that.
People got to be ready to bleed. I mean, down, like I'm saying, down once the jets see, people think like Trump, and this isn't, these directives that come off the prison yards from lifers and wheelchairs, that niggas that run Trump. Okay. So at this point in time, now the situation is from the county fights to the street fights, down to what's gonna happen as the city hall downtown in Miami becomes the Million Man March in DC, because that's what's building up. It's building up where everybody's gonna wind up swarming DC, saying, why aren't you listening to us, but telling us you're gonna listen to us, having us vote, then throwing it out. And people are scared when they see a cop. You know, this is really okay. This is what I got for you, Quisha, before we leave, right?
Okay.
When a police pull over on the side of the highway, what everybody do? And it don't be nothing.
Down.
It don't be shit. Okay. That's what we have to beat. That thought that makes us do that, that is why Trump is in office.
You're absolutely right.
Okay.
Damn.
I got you.
That's facts.
It's facts. But one more thing.
Yeah.
Because like how you said, from the prison yards to the city streets, right? Like, everything you say resonates for me. You feel me? It resonates. But my whole intellect is like, the people on the city, you know, the people that's in the jail cells, they locked down, they got life, they got 20 plus, 30 plus, or they had their third strikes, what have you, whatnot. Hell yeah, they down and get it on. You feel me? Yeah, fuck that shit. You know, it is what it is. I'm gonna be here for the rest of my life any fucking way. The difference in mentality from the jailhouse to out here in the city streets is we free. We have
let me add to that.
And let me tell you something. They have the decision to corrupt their lives, in food for their family. Because remember, most of these families ran by females. You feel me?
Right.
Most of the baby daddies is in jail, locked up for one thing or another. So now you got these females out there and they trying to figure out, if I do go for the riot, go for this, go, you know what I mean, go to protest or what have you, let my voice be heard and be killed, knocked down, or shot, or locked up, how my babies, gonna deal with it? They're gonna be split up in the system. Is that something that they're gonna be able to deal with? We need to be really able to penetrate that fear, because fear is the whole reason why they're not leaving their jobs, why they're not going out there and protesting, why they're not for the cause, why they're not doing this or that to better themselves. Like you said, slavery was abolished and they were still on the plantation willing to work.
It's the wake up on understanding that, because what you said is a thought stream that will lock people as far as what they locked up, what they got to lose. Okay, but at the same time, that's a life in there that you have to live. And the same way you bucking against those officers, you want a better life for your own self in prison and can die. So you got to live. We're living out here. So this is a life sentence. Just because this is just a different yard with more people, a co-ed yard, but it's still policed the exact same way. And you can go outside at nighttime and you could open your own fridge. But at that point in time, we're still controlled by enforcement. And so the lifers on the yard are controlled by enforcement. And then the lifers out here on this yard. And so at this point, will you tell me if you want the $4,400 for your COVID pill and what you ready to do for it? Because you're not going to have a household. You're not going to have nothing to worry about holding down when your little baby gets sick and now you stuck. So then at that point, what we have to realize is, well, we going to get hurt anyway if we don't do something.
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that, because on top of that, we have to get to that mentality, the same prison yard mentality. You feel me? It's hard to say it. You feel me? Because a lot of people are like, oh, I ain't in prison. I ain't got to think like that. I ain't do nothing wrong. Blah, 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 blah. You feel me? But we got to get there in order to be all on one accord, that this is the last string. This is the last straw. This is the straw that breaks the camel back. Like we all got to be all in, or you can't be just like God said. Like, I don't want you will not enter the gates of heaven lukewarm. You cannot be lukewarm. You either for me or against me. You feel me?
Listen,
and that's the thing. Like, that's what they're not understanding, and I don't think they're gonna get that until they get that mentality. But I believe that movie that just came out, Black and Blue, the lady on there, the black lady on there, I think she said it the best. She was like, this is just like jail, except for the bars. The bars are invincible.
That's that movie with Tyrese?
Yeah, the bars are invincible. The bars are invincible. The bars are invincible.
Ellie, that could tie into what you asked me earlier. Would you rather serve life in prison or play Russian roulette for your freedom? This is that Russian roulette.
That's exactly.
We gonna have to go out here and sacrifice and get hurt. Some gonna get killed. We gonna get burnt up, clawed up. We're gonna be. Some of us are not gonna be around, but we're gonna have to do this for our freedom. I think we can end on that.
Yeah. I choose to do it. To be honest with you, I choose to do it. But to be honest with you, I choose to do it the smart way. You feel me? The same type of armor, the same type of bullets.
What is the smart way? Because remember, in every war, there was always casualties.
The same type of tactics that they're going to be using, I choose to empower my people with it. You feel me? I choose to be, that, what it is, Black Panther. You know what I mean? I choose to be that because what I want to do is empower my people so that they can empower themselves, so that they can be better ready for the fight. You feel me? I just don't agree in, like I said, knowledge. My children are being destroyed for their lack of knowledge. You gotta, you can't fight iron with plastic.
Right.
You feel me?
Let me tell you something.
So we gotta be ready. You feel me? You gotta be ready. You just gotta be ready, and you gotta make sure that everybody ready. We have to
Of
make sure
course.
that everybody is ready. You already got these young crackers out here.
Yeah.
Excuse my French. There's a bunch of young crackers out here saying that America is black folks is not ready to go to war with white folks. Why? Because they already done bought up all the bullets. They've been buying up all the bullets. The bullets have been not accessible, not able to purchase for a year or two now. At least, Sass, how long it took you to purchase bullets?
Well,
Because
you
they
tell
already
me.
knew and they already
You tell me
seen
about
bullets
London.
coming.
I got a whole AK. I mean, I'm sorry, an AR with no bullets to go with it.
Well, you
See
tell,
what I'm
but
saying?
okay.
We gotta
Now
be
y'all
ready.
tell me about London. Y'all tell me about London. That's the point.
Yeah, London, they don't have firearms like that over there.
Okay, so then at that point, you know, they got more heart than us.
Yeah, because they
They
don't have to
don't
pick
have
up a
more
weapon.
heart than us. The people, the policemen, the whole mentality, the whole difference in policemen and community, it's possibly different. It's possibly
Because they money worth more too.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah. I got a lot to do with it.
How do we initiate this police reform? The purpose is to resign the electoral commander and disarm the police.
Yeah.
Do you know UK is exactly like that? Boris was elected by their prime minister was elected by the popular, and their police are a unarmed force. Why can't we have that? They never had segregation. You can't have segregation without the hip, without the gun on that cracker hip. And then the stupid ass niggas that join this, right, to enforce the deeds that were never given back from Black Wall Street. So now we're gonna talk about. Now we're gonna talk about how can these laws go down. You never have segregation without that gun.
Am I
That's
the
a fact.
only one here? Well,
Yeah, no, you
if
froze.
y'all still hear me, I do apologize that both Sassy and Ellie are paused at this moment. He was getting to a very great point.
No, we still here. We still here, love.
The U.S. police officers, because in
I think
places,
froze.
foreign countries or what have you, they don't have it. Like,
yeah, she can't hear us. She can't hear us. No, she can't hear us. But yeah, I think it's just her. She's frozen. But yeah, I mean, I think we done touched on a lot of things. I'm gonna try to see how I can incorporate you in the show, like here and there, with some of the jewels you be dropping, and we just go from there.
Thank you.
I appreciate you coming on.
No doubt. Of course, God bless everybody, and just stay focused on and don't let this energy die down on us getting the change in the government that we need, because we can't continue to pay for our own oppression.
Facts. All right, Ellie, I'm gonna hit you up as soon as I close out this show, okay?
All right. Good night, everybody.
Bye. All right, guys. We had some technical difficulties, as we've been having all goddamn day. Zoom, this is your last time. I'm looking for another server to use. You're on your last rope, Zoom. That's the reason why the show running so late, because we've been started, but we was having so much issues. So
like 5:30. Okay.
Yeah.
Shit's been going crazy. We wasn't able to start till 10.
Exactly. So no, I'm gonna look into another source for this week, because they ain't gonna be taking my money and I gotta be dealing with this shitty shit.
Exactly.
And to me, it worked better when it was free. When we was using the free version.
Exactly. You had shorter time, but shit, it was better.
Exactly. It was much better. Because this crap is ridiculous. But I gotta give a shout out to Ellie. That's my boy.
Thanks,
he dropped the
Ellie.
jewels.
Thank you so much for coming, dropping that knowledge. That was awesome.
Exactly. Awesome. We might have to use him as like the war report.
Yeah, for real.
Touch base with him maybe like once a month, so he can keep us updated on what's really going on, because he's actually out there in the field, actually getting it. Yeah. So yeah,
100%. And that's what's up. That was so dope that he wanted to come onto the show, and like really like bless us like that, because that I feel like that really makes us like relevant. You feel me? Like, you know, we are raising kings right here, like, you know, and that's from a real king right there. You know, we have Hefe. Hefe's the real king. You feel me? He's doing things. He's his own entrepreneur. He's his own businessman. You feel me? And we got our two kings that we blessing this knowledge with. But it's also great to have somebody that's in the moment, that's in the year 2020, out there fighting for our cause and doing what we need to be done.
Facts.
I love it.
But we thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you hit us up on RAISINGKINGSPODCAST@gmail.com, Raising Kings PC on Twitter, Raising Kings Podcast on Instagram and Facebook. Raising Kings Podcast, not to be duplicated. Remember, Raising Kings Podcast. Whether we touch 1 or we touch 200, 2,000, 2 million viewers. You touch 1, you touch many. Hit us up on www.stream.com/RaisingKingsTV. If you don't feel like clicking YouTube, just go on that website and it'll throw a playlist together of all the shows. You can have a TV experience with us.
Facts. Definitely do Stream. Stream is amazing. STRIMM. Can't say it enough. .com.
Exactly.
Like, go on there and you'll see all our shows. Like, you'll really like understand where we came from, where we going, where we at. So like, you can't it just can't like be duplicated at all.
Exactly. It's only one Raising Kings podcast. Remember that. And this is the checkout. This is your girl Sassy.
And it's your girl Lady Love.
We was missing Hefe, but we got it done. And we we love y'all. Bye.
Love you, Hefe.
Thank
you so much, Ellie. You were so dope. So dope. I hope you watch this episode and share that shit a million. Trust.
Facts. We up out of here, y'all. Peace out.
Night.